if there was anything said about last night's Sheffield Steelers game, it's time for change. A lot of, we're all frustrated, three defeats in a row and a lot of fan heat at the minute and a lot of people leaving early. It's time to just talk about the 25-26 Sheffield Steelers season as a whole, and possibly Aaron Fox's worst season as a Steelers coach. So we're just going to go all the way back to the off-season of 24-25, when this Steelers team was being created. Now, obviously, on paper, I quote, on paper, this Sheffield Steelers team was predicted to win the league. Not just by Steelers fans, by Belfast fans, by Nottingham fans, by other fans of the Elite League. They said the Steelers will win the league with the team they've got. It was predicted to be the 23-24 team version 2. However, after pre-season, we could see that this team was going to be nowhere near that. Going into October of the season, we had already lost 2 home games in a row. We had lost 2 league games to the Glasgow Clan that we really should have won, and we were just inconsistent. Not just that, players were just not being the players that we had read they were going to be, and absolutely early, players were already leaving, and the season just took a downhill. Now, obviously, the biggest talking point of the season was obviously December, where the Steelers picked up form, and then from New Year's up until about after the Belfast doubleheader away, we just forgot how to play hockey altogether. Now, obviously, going into the Scottish tripleheader, I really thought to myself, we can beat Glasgow, we can definitely beat Fife, and we're going to beat Dundee. On paper, and I quote again, on paper, that should have been a 6-5 4-point weekend at the very least. It turned out to be a 2-point weekend from what should have been a 4-point weekend. We should have gone out there and beat Fife, their 10th place. We beat Dundee, because we always do. We lost to Glasgow, because that seems to be our best losing area this season. And obviously then we go to Belfast and we absolutely just forget there's even a title race on. I think the hockey I saw in Belfast was the worst Steelers hockey I have seen in years. And to say we've got a really good team right now, who we haven't really got a really good team right now because that team can't be asked to turn up. And I quote Tony Smith saying, oh, you can't say the team don't care because that's now abuse. And there was also, may I quote, another section in this programme here, which I have read thoroughly last night, that says, oh, you've got to stay positive, guys. You've got to stay really positive. There's nothing positive right now. I'm sorry to Dave Sims, who says, oh, just find some positives. I'm sorry in advance, but there's nothing positive right now. I can't find anything positive right now, apart from going home. Don't get me wrong, the Steelers players, they put their heart and effort into the game. Every single game, even though the results clearly don't show that. But there's nothing positive right now. We have a title sponsor whose website don't work, who have gone completely bust, who nobody knew before you had even signed them as title sponsors. And we're now using AI. We are now using AI on our social medias because we just can't be bothered to get a graphics designer who can put soul and effort. And I know one who you could hire, by the way. But no, let's go to ChatGPT and let's have a dog facing the television whilst everyone else faces the opposite way. Perfectly defying Steelers this season. Now, obviously, Aaron Fox still has a year left of his contract, and there's a lot of people saying that they'll want to use that last year, but I'm going to put this straight. I think Fox will stay. I think he'll stay. However, if we're 8 games into next season and we're playing the exact same hockey, the exact same defeats, the exact same style of play as what we're seeing right now, don't even keep him. Now, obviously, this season's had some really good moments. You know, that Manchester game where Mitchell Hurd decided to have 2 fights. The only fight this team has really shown all season. I would say the semi-final second leg up until overtime, it was one of the best games I had been to in years. We played really well. I would even say the first period last night, our best first period in years. 24 shots and 1 goal. Really should have been probably 24 shots and 3 goals. But that just says everything you need to know. And obviously Nottingham turned up in the second and third period. And, well, the rest is just the rest. And for the first time ever, I am not watching the Steelers in Nottingham tonight because I just don't want to. Until we play good hockey, I just don't want to watch. I will still keep an eye on Flash Score and I will still give you a match analysis. But until I see something that makes me go, I want to watch the Steelers, this is when I'm really glad we have Dundee next week. But this is when I'm thinking Dundee have the opportunity to do the funniest thing possible and make it even worse. All I'm saying is the Steelers this season, it's been a roller coaster. Obviously, none of what I've said in this video is made to hurt the players or hurt the staff. It's a fan's opinion. And obviously, we're entitled to our opinion on things. But yeah, this season's been a roller coaster. And I said it yesterday, I'm going to say it again. I cannot wait for this to be over. I cannot wait for the summer rebuild to begin. I cannot wait for next season. Because I've seen enough this season. We've lost 3 games in a row 3 times this season. We're 4th. We're 4th. Manchester can still take over us, by the way. They can get to over 70 points, I believe. They can take over us. And right now, it's Manchester who we're going to be playing in the playoff quarterfinals. And with how Manchester's played this year, we'd be in for a very good playoff quarterfinal there. Nottingham have won 3 trophies in not even 12 months. I'll have you know, it's been 24 months since the Steelers won a trophy. 24 months. Since then, Nottingham have won 3, Belfast have won 2, Cardiff won the Continental Cup, and we've just gone from being up here to going down here. And you expect Mitchell Baumers to come back. Not happening. Not happening. Good luck to the Steelers today in Nottingham. I will be keeping an eye on Flash Score, praying for a good game. would not be surprised if Nottingham win. They've got a really good team this year. They've got a far better team than ours. Look at not Chase Pearson. They've got some really good players, Nottingham. Playing Zombo Garrett's okay as well, because he took a big hit. Praying Watling's okay as well. Apparently his season's done. If there's anything to make our season worse, it's that. And yeah,